Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this main menu implemented with Common UI, and here you can see we have this usual buttons that we have in the main menu, and right now I haven't implemented what happens when I press either continue, new game or chapters or anything, but for settings we have this. It's just only visual at the moment. Controls not implemented. These graphic settings are like this. So yeah, so this is what we are going to work on today. So in the first episode we are going to focus on how to create this main menu page with common UI elements. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from the Patreon page. Once you become a member, you will be able to access everything without any limits. So feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. And yeah, now let's get started with today's episode. Okay, so here is the rough design that I have. This is the way I want to look the main menu of the system that we are going to implement. So here, let's create a new project. Feel free to use any template you want, but I'm just going to use this third person template, and maybe, well, it wouldn't matter. Just use anything you want. I'm going to use this compact template and create. All right, here is the project. So we have this third person character. Now I want to create the menu system as a plugin so that I will be able to use the same plugin across different projects without having to re-implement the menu system. So I can use this in my action RPG project or in my strategy project, whatever I need. So for that, let me go to edit plugins, and here, I'm going to use the common UI. So I'll enable this common UI. Yes, and I have to restart. So let me restart. Okay, project restarted. Now again in the plugins, I'll add a new plugin. And for now, I don't really need any C++ code, so content only should be enough. And also this is a blueprint project, so I don't have access to other plugin types anyway. But if needed, later we can enable C++ and have C++ code too. Right. Me menu system with common UI. Name PLM menu system. Right, create plugin. Okay, plugin is created. Now here, let's create a new folder, UI, and within the UI folder, I'll create a new folder called art, and I'm gonna import two things. The background image. This is something I found in internet, so not something I created, but for now this should serve as the starting point. Here is the background image. I'm planning to use this one, and also I have created a logo as well. So it just says ARPG, Action RPG. Alright, now let's create another folder, widgets. And under this, let's create our first widget blueprint. I'll call this WBP main menu. That's what we are going to get started with. Okay. Now initially, let me just add a canvas panel. This, and then let me drag and drop the background. We just import it. That's it. And I'll anchor it this way so it will always take the whole entire screen. But ideally, you may not need to just have some image. You may have some background scene for the main menu. It could be a 3D scene or couple of sprites that moves around, whatever you want. But for now, I'm just going to use this. I just want to make it look cool. And the next thing is logo. So as for the scale, maybe something like 5. Okay. This. Okay. I like this placement. All right. Now let me rename this img pg and img logo. So the next thing is I need the main menu buttons. So that should go something like this: continue, new game, chapters, extra, settings, and quit. So I want to have some space in between as well. And these are not just text, these are buttons. So they should have things like when I hover over them, I should see some highlighting, things like that. So as I said, we are going to use Common UI for this. So here under the widgets, let's create a new widget for the buttons. And same as before, widget below print. And here, if you don't see this, expand all classes. And under common user widget, we have this CommonButtonBase. So I'm going to use that one. I'll call it WBP. No, let's just use CB because it's a common button. I don't know. I don't have a better idea. Let me use common and menu button. WBP menu button. That should be good enough. So when I go here, we don't have anything. But if I select this, you can see here we can assign a style, but we don't have any styles right now. So we can create one, but before I do that, let me add some text. Under common, we have text. So let me add that. Wait, no. In common UI, first you need to add an overlay. Under that, you should add whatever the things you want. So that's how you get to apply styles and everything that we define here. So under the overlay, I'll add the text. Center it this way. Now, before I add anything, here, let me define a way to define the name of this button. So first, I'll give this a name, CT, because this is a common text. CT button text. Right. It's a variable. And in the pre-construct, I'll get the cd button text and set text. And I'll promote this as a variable. Let's just call it text. And I'll make it instance editable so that we can change this when I select the button after I add it here. So I'll add a vertical box to hold all these buttons that I'm going to add. And under this, now I can add this WBP menu button. I type like this. So this is how it's gonna look. Oh, did I add any default value? No. Let me add button or menu button. Okay. I'll set the vertical box size to content so it looks like this. And let me duplicate. So as how many I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 buttons. Okay. So this is how the menu buttons look. So the first button should say continue, and this should be disabled by default unless we have a save file, but that is not something we need to worry about now. So here this is centered, but I prefer if this is left aligned. So let's make it like this. Yeah. Okay. Continue. Okay. And chapters. Extra. There it is. So far, nothing and quit. So it's just pretty much the regular UMGs, but we have some special elements that comes from Common UI, but it's pretty much the same system as I can see. Okay, now let's style the buttons to match the design we need. That means this is my target. Okay, let me add some padding at the bottom. For this one and this one, sorry, this one and this one, some extra space. Okay, so for the style, now let's go here. As I said, when I select this main object, the root, we can select a style and we don't have any style. So let's create a new style. And I'll do that in my plugin. Styles. Button style and menu. Okay. So mainly, I don't need a background for the button. And let's define a main width as well. Maybe 100 main width, main height, maybe 30. And the colors. Oh, here. Normal base, normal hovered, normal pressed. I'll set the normal base alpha 0, so we wouldn't have anything. While we still have while, so why do I still see the background? Oh, this style is none because it's changed. if I reset to the default, see, now we have this text. Okay, so when I hover over them, I need to see some background, but we can't test it yet. So let's set up a simple level. Content. Let's create a new basic level. Yet and save it in our maps plugin. I'll call it and menu. And also let's create a main menu game mode as well. Another folder, friends, game mode. Let's create a new game mode. GM. And also let's create a new hard as well. But right now I'm gonna assign this game mode as the game mode of this class and this hard as the part of this game mode. Here in the begin play, don't need this. Why can't I delete that? Okay, I can delete now. Create widget. So I promote. Now here I select the WWP main menu, but instead of directly define it here, let me promote this to variable and menu class. And this is what we have by default. With player controller. Add to report. And also let's set up from the player controller. I'll set input mode UI only because this is the main menu. I don't think we would need anything else. That's the widget to focus. I'll pass a reference to this. And also show mouse, show mouse cursor to true. Alright, now here if I play, I should get the main menu. Yeah, see. So when I hover over it, you see everything becomes white. I don't see the text. Okay. So to address that, button style here, normal hovered. I want to make it somewhat blue with some transparency, like 0.5 transparency, like this. Compile. Now let's see. Okay, see, this is better. It's not intrusive, but still we can see some change. Alright, so now that's the button style. What about the clicking? So that also becomes white. Maybe same thing, same color, but with a bit higher, like this. Let's see. This is better. Okay, now in my design, I need this font, a little lean font. So I want to use a custom font. So let's go here. I'll create a new folder. Fonts. I'm gonna import this font. It's called Lato regular. And so we can, if I go to the button, not the button style, the button itself, here we can actually, if we want, we can assign the font, but this is not the way I want. Oh, looks like I have used a regular text, not a comma text. I'll replace it. Yeah. Text is not available for some reason. Oh, sorry, this is not the category. Common UI. Under Common UI, I have common text. Alright, but copy that. Yes. Yes. I'll make this variable text. Now we have the menu button. Okay, now what I wanted to show you is here, just like in the common button, for the common text also, we have this style. And right now I don't have any styles, so let's create one. Under the plugins, content, UI, styles, the common text style, menu text. Right, now under the font, I'll assign Lato. As for the color, I'll make it white. Compile, save. Go back to the button style, main menu button, and here this is already assigned, so you can see the font changed. Okay, nice. Alright, so thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download in the Patreon page, and next time let's look into how to add other elements of the menu that would include settings, audio settings, video settings, all kinds of things, and chapters, credits, etc. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.